Hi traders, this is Sin with the New Level Trading Report for Thursday, June 7th. Strong hiring by U.S. private employers in June, coupled with a larger than expected drop in jobless claims, spurred hopes that the soft patch the U.S. economy has entered might be short rather than lead to another recession. The Dow gained 93 points, the NASDAQ was up 38 points, and the S&P gained 14 points. This is a 15-minute chart of the Dow Jones Index, and as you can see, just a really nice uptrend over the last week and a half. Ending on the highs here at 12,753, and this is our daily chart. And again, I left this downward trend line up so you can see that we have indeed broken that. These are levels that I drew yesterday or the day before, and what you can see now is we've broken this area of resistance, and we're just at this small area of resistance, and it looks like, at least at this point, the next is going to be to at least try and get to this 12,876 area, and we could double top there, or we could just go right through that. We are on below average volume, and in fact you can see over the last, let's just look, you can see here we've really been on lower than average volume. So again, this move up is not on high volume, so that's interesting. Again, we'll watch for more economic news, but let's look at the S&P futures, and again, looks about the same. Looks like, you know, we went flat over the last 3 or 4 days, but you can see a really nice move up, and obviously this is an after hours and overnight trading, but right before the bell you can see a really nice move up, and a little bit of chop you can see through this area, but then continue that move up and ended close to the highs around that 1352 area. So this is what we're looking at now, and again, these are things that I've drawn weeks ago, and this is that area of resistance here that I drew, and we have actually broken through that. So the next area is this area here around 1358, and if we break that, again back up to this 1373, again on lower than average volume. And you can see on these down days, look at that above average volume on almost all those days through here. So this is kind of interesting. I'm anxious to see what happens if we double top or we pull back before we continue to move up and make this double top, but again, just have to watch and see what happens and trade the way it appears. But this is what we're looking like too. Again, our dollar's acting as a contrarian. It was a little bit tricky today, but you can see we look a little bit like a little cup and handle here over the last week and a half. But you can see here, this is what happened. We came up in overnight trading and then just pulled right back down and ended just right on the lows today, as you can see. And again, same chart we've been looking at, but you can see just lots of consolidation. And as we talked about last week, is that, you know, we're still following this upward trend line and still holding this resistance area. So we have a really large topping tail here, and kind of a shooting star, which would be indicative of a move back down. So again, we'll just have to wait and see, but when stocks are going up, usually the dollar's going down, so we'll just have to watch that. FinViz today, this is what we're looking like. You can see again a really nice move up. This was pretty much early morning and continue the trend up throughout the day, so just a really nice move up for the Dow. This is our heat map, and as again all green. Really nice day for trading stocks to the long side, and you can see basically I see one, which is, this is Pfizer, I'm sure, and it's down about 2%, so probably some kind of news on a drug. But you can see lots of green and lots of bright green, which means a really nice day for the upside for stocks. Let's look at the bubble study. This is KSS, which is Kohl's. It's a department store, obviously up 7%, so a really nice day for Kohl's. Obviously the retailers did really, really well. Target was up as well, up almost 7%. Urban, which is Urban Outfitters, up. Again, you can see here, if you can see that really nice gap up today on a really nice day yesterday, up 6% today. This is Gap stores up about 5%. Even FCX, so that's a copper company, obviously did really well, about 3.6% up. Avon products up about 4%. This is JWN. Nordstrom's up about 4.2%. Macy's, again, really nice day for the retailers. Let's take a look at the downside, and as I mentioned, PF
FE, which is Pfizer, was the one of the large caps and down 2.6%. But this was PCP, another, that's a metal fabrication company, down 3.4%. So that was the loser for today. ISRG as well didn't do too well, down about 3.3%. This is Dr. Pepper, Snapple down about 2.7%. But again, you can see here's our zero line. So not lots of stocks to the downside. So again, a nice day for trading to the upside. Let's take a look at some of what Don traded today. I'm going to go back to, here we go. He actually traded Google to the upside, and you can see a really nice move. Google has just had an amazing move up, as well as other stocks, obviously. But look at these nice kicking patterns, just gaps, and basically what we were looking for is right here is the beginning of the gap fill. So let me tighten that up just a little bit here. So you can see here this gap, and that's what we're looking to fill. So again, that's what we anticipated that today. Don got that and had a really nice trade on that. He also traded Apple, didn't do as well. He paired some of his gains on Google, from Google. He traded the Russell futures for a gain though. So kind of even day for Don today, but again, it was a nice day for trading stocks to the upside. Let's take a look at what's going on in economic news tomorrow. And it looks like quite a bit, obviously, and definitely market movers. We have the non-farm payrolls, non-farm private payrolls, unemployment rate, average work week, hourly earnings, wholesale inventories, and consumer credit. So definitely a big day, and this will be a market mover without a doubt. I mean, if it's a number that we're not necessarily expecting. So again, we'll watch that, because that's definitely going to move the market one way or the other. But again, looking back on the charts, there's a possibility that we could go up, depending to that, at least a double top on all the indices. Let's take a look at earnings tomorrow, and we have quite a few. This is Price Smart, the Greenbrier Companies, Miller Petroleum. This is Argonne, Pure Cycle, PWX, which is Providence and Worcester Railroads, MSN, which is Emerson Radio, and this is United Bankshares. So again, quite a bit on earnings tomorrow. So thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions about education or membership, we'd love to talk to you. The number at our website is 314-269-0412. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.